Okay, quick question. If your client tells you make us 100% sustainable by next quarter, and your boss tells you that yeah, we'll put it down on a slide by Friday, what would you do? Cry or caffeine? Plot twist, neither. You don't have to do either of it. You just have to reframe it like a pro, that we can't guarantee 100% sustainable, but we can show you real impact and real change in the next 90 days. And here is your plan. So you start with all of the measurable KPIs like scope 1, scope 2, scope 3 emissions, energy values, water, waste, all of them. And first of all, try to track them if they already don't have it. And once you have the values ready, you create a strategy to reduce the consumption in the next 90 days. It's that simple. And the real mic drop moment is here, that although we are not promising 100% sustainable, we are still creating the real impact which we actually need, not just from a planet perspective, but also from an audit perspective. Because, hey, we all know while we care for the planet, companies only care for profits and audit, and we need to get the needle moving in the direction they believe in to achieve sustainability for all. So watch this video till the end to understand if 100% sustainable is a myth or it can truly be achieved, and if not, what is it that really makes the true impact for ESG and sustainability. So let's get started. Hi guys, welcome back to genSustainable, and as you must have seen from the title of the video, today we are going to discuss if 100% sustainability or 100% net zero, water zero, all of that, is it really possible or is it greenwashing? And if that's not the case, what exactly is sustainable? So without further ado, let's dive into today's video. Now you must be seeing, if you're working in sustainability already, clients want everything to be 100% sustainable. We want to be 100% sustainable by 2040. We want to go net zero by 2040. We want to go water positive by 2015. But hey, is that really possible? Can you really make someone 100% sustainable or 100 net zero? And the simple answer to it is no. Just think about it. When you take a simple example of GHG emissions, there are GHG emissions occurring from so many sources in a company or in a factory. The scope 1 and scope 2 emissions are still measurable, but what about scope 3? We are still not there. Most companies are still not there to calculate 100% scope 3 emissions. So if you're not able to calculate 100% of your emissions, how would you be able to go 100% net zero? Similarly, take any other indicator, may it be water, energy, waste. We are still not able to track 100% of it. So how will we reduce 100% of it? And I know with the help of AI, one day we will be there to track everything possible and bring everything to zero, probably the day when we become a type 1 civilization. But till then, sustainability or 100% sustainable is only and only a myth. So in such a case, what should one do? Sustainability is not a badge that you put on your website. Sustainability is the true impact which you show, which the planet can feel, which you can feel, and something which everyone can feel because of the difference it brings about. So how can you make yourself sustainable when 100% is not possible? And why should you even bother to be 100% sustainable? And this is a very simple concept which all of y'all need to understand if you're working in ESG or sustainability. Because yeah, your clients will keep demanding you for this, and you should be in a position to handle the situation. Similarly, you can be asked this question in an interview, how will you make a company 100% sustainable? Make a strategy to make a company 100% sustainable or 100% net zero. And in such a situation, you should be able to answer in a logical way. So let's understand step by step how to tackle this problem. Now, let's be real. No business is impact free. Any material that you use, it either has to come through mining, it either has to come through the forest, it either has to come through agriculture, for which again forest land most probably is converted into agricultural land. So how can you say that your business is 100% sustainable? Even if, say, a cosmetic brand or any brand says that, we are using 100% natural material, naturally sourced material, it is still not going to make the brand sustainable, because hey, getting anything from nature in itself is also unsustainable. If you're chopping trees to get natural wood, you are contributing to GHG emissions, you are contributing to make the planet unsustainable. So what exactly is sustainable then? And the simple answer is your little effort, the little step that you as an individual or a company or a brand take towards reducing the impact. That truly is the real gist of sustainability. And even if you say, to avoid chopping of trees, we will go 100% digital and we will not print anything, we'll not use paper, and everything will be digital, we'll send digital notes, digital emails, but still, where does the energy in data center come from? Fossil fuels. What is used to cool the data systems? Water. It is said that, when you do one search on ChatGPT, or when you ask one simple question to ChatGPT, it uses about 500 ml of water to cool the heat generated in the data. So do you think all of this is sustainable? Even if you're using digital technology, if you say that, instead of chopping forest and making a painting on a paper, we'll make digital painting, we'll make Ghibli art on ChatGPT, because the real Ghibli art might be using hundreds and thousands of papers and brushes which come from animal hair, and also paints which require a lot of toxins to be extracted. So instead, we'll just do the Ghibli art on ChatGPT. But then, is it still sustainable? No, because the data center is causing so much of GHG emissions and using so much of fresh water for cooling. So then, in such a scenario, how do you exactly start your journey towards sustainability as an individual or as a company? Now, to understand this, what really resonated with me personally when I was trying to understand these concepts was through two simple Japanese phrases. The first one is Wabi-Sabi, which means the beauty of imperfection or the beauty of incompleteness. And the second word is Kaizen, which means that you improve every day, little by little, 1% each day, so that you make a significant impact or a significant difference in the long term. And this is simply how I feel sustainability works. Because, hey, with Wabi Sabi, you need to understand that not everything can be 100% perfect or 100% sustainable, but still, the effort to go towards that really, really matters. Similarly, with Kaizen, you cannot be 100% sustainable in one day. But still, if you take small baby step each day, if you improve 1% each day in the next 1 year, you have so much of impact and so much of difference created. And that's exactly how sustainability and the journey towards sustainability works. Now, let's take a simple example. Suppose you are a small startup who has just started and you are manufacturing any product, say like a shampoo. Now you have to compete with all of the big brands out there who are claiming that they have net zero targets, they are going to go net zero carbon emissions by 2040, and they have already become carbon neutral in 2025, and they are also aiming to become water positive by 2030, but they are also water neutral since 2023. And you just feel overwhelmed with all of these sustainability targets set by all of these big brands. So what do? Do you give up on your journey to sustainability? Because hey, right now you're just in the nascent phase and you might not even know what your emissions are, what exactly is your total water consumption, or how much waste you're generating. So, how do you start your journey towards sustainability? And the simple answer to this lies in Kaizen, that you improve each day little by little, 1%. So, if you do not have your data in place right now, start with tracking the data. So, in the next 3 to 6 months, you have your data in place. Once you have your data in place, you understand that you are causing a lot of per ton of CO2 emissions for each ton of product produced. So then you start with small baby steps. In year one, you try to identify what are the major sources of emissions. In year two, you try to replace the major sources with less consuming alternatives. In year three, you again find newer alternatives which can further reduce your emissions, and so on and so forth. You go step by step, each year by year, and then finally, maybe at the end of 5 years or maybe 10 years, you will see a significant impact in your own GHG footprint compared to where you started. And it's also possible that in the next 5 years or 10 years, You might be producing your product in much larger quantity than what you were producing in the beginning, and yet your GHG footprint is lower, your water consumption is lower, and all of this is because of Kaizen. You'll see that in the next few years, it's highly possible that if you take the right steps and if you follow Kaizen, you can reduce your GHG emissions by as high as 90%. And you know what? You might feel that, yeah, 90% is good, but it's still not 100%. Yet, do you know that in SBTi, when you set net zero target, you don't actually have to be net zero. You just have to reduce your emissions by 90% compared to the baseline emissions, because even frameworks like SBTi know that 100% is a myth and 100% is not possible, and 90% is still good enough, and 90% is still close to 100, and you still get the benefit of 100% even at 90%. So when all of these renowned frameworks like SBTi are giving you benefits of 100% at 90%, why are you shying away from putting efforts just because 100% is not achievable? So with this simple example, you will understand that achieving the number 100 is not important, but the efforts you put towards getting 200 is much more important than 100%. And in all of this journey, what I am trying to convey is, rather than getting overwhelmed by 100 and not putting efforts, or rather than greenwashing to hide your flaws, it's always better to improve each day and accept where you are, may it be as an individual or may it be as a company, because that is what really matters for the planet. Similarly, when you're talking at a personal level or on a personal front, it's very possible that you cannot live 100% sustainable life, because whatever you're using, you are simply putting on the fan in your room and it's still using energy which is coming from fossil. And even if you say that, hey, I am not using fossil fuel based energy which is coming from the grid, I'm using renewable energy from solar, but still, even the solar panels which are prepared, they require a lot of rare metals, they require a lot of material which cannot be recycled at the end of its use. And again, that is not something which is sustainable, but still closer to sustainable. It is still better than fossil fuel, and it is still a step in the right direction. So with this, we can understand that even at a personal front, even when sustainability influencers say that they are living a net zero lifestyle or they are simply living a sustainable lifestyle, just ask them a question: where are their clothes coming from? Where is the food that they are consuming coming from? Where does the waste that they generate go to? All of this is creating some sort of impact, but still, it is still a lot lesser impact compared to the impact which is coming from non-sustainable products or non-sustainable lifestyle. So if you're purchasing clothes, how will you guess if it is sustainable or if it is greenwashing? So you simply need to do your analysis. If you're buying a t-shirt and if that t-shirt is consuming 100 liters of water for its production, and you're using that t-shirt repeatedly for the next 10 years, so your total water consumption from the t-shirt per year comes down to 10 liters. But at the same time, if you're purchasing, say, a t-shirt which is manufactured supposedly in a sustainable way, and they say that we are only consuming 20 liters of water for producing this t-shirt, and you say, hey, but isn't this more sustainable? It's consuming only 20 liters of water, but t-shirt A was consuming 100 liters of water. But the catch is that t-shirt B might not be of very good quality and you can just use it for 6 months or 1 year. So your yearly water consumption goes to 40 liters from using that one t-shirt. So in this way, where do you think, or what option do you think is more sustainable? Obviously t-shirt A, which is consuming 100 liters of water for its production, but you are able to use it for 10 years. So in this way, you can never be 100% sustainable, but you still need to analyze it in a logical manner, do a comparative analysis for all of your choices, whether it's at personal level or if it is at professional level. And if you're a fresher who has just started out your career in ESG and sustainability, and you're coming across clients each day who want to show their company to be 100% sustainable. Your superpower as a fresher is your clarity of concepts, that you as an individual need to know that 100% is a myth, but what exactly can bring an impactful difference to your client or your customer. You should be in a position to give this comparative analysis. Like I gave you example of the t-shirt, you should similarly be able to give example to your client for whatever material they are producing or using. So whether they are in the manufacturing sector and they are using lot of energy for different manufacturing activities, you should be able to actually do the calculations. You should actually be able to understand the embedded carbon emissions which come from each of the sources, and you should be able to provide a data driven solution to your client. And it's very possible that sometimes alternative which looks less sustainable can actually be the one which is more sustainable. So even if you're suggesting your client to use solar panels, but hey, the electricity consumption is not as much, and you can still do your calculation and identify that what type of raw materials are getting extracted for the manufacturing of solar panels, how much electricity will actually be consumed from the solar panels, and how much impact it will have on the planet. And it's very possible that in a lot of cases the other supposedly non sustainable alternative can turn out to be the more sustainable one. So as a consultant or as a ESG solution specialist, it's your job to understand these concepts very well, to understand these calculations very well before you give out any solution to your client or your customer. So with this we come to an end to today's video. Today's video was a short one, but yet I feel a very impactful one, both in terms of creating sustainable value creation, as well as if you're a fresher starting out, or if you are preparing for interview, to understand this very whole concept of what true sustainability is. So till we come back with another video, stay impactful, stay gen sustainable, and let me know in the comments below what other topics would you like me to cover. Until we come back with another video, see you soon and bye bye.